Yes, good morning, good afternoon, fellow Americans. Excuse me, a little bit late because I had to make some groceries today. But good afternoon to all of my fellow Americans here once again to inform what's happening in the world and in the United States, in our country. Like always, I'm requesting the freedom of Roger Stone's, a conservative hero who has been was kidnapped from his home and is being imprisoned just because of his conservative views. This man is innocent. He shouldn't be in prison. The ones who should be in prison is, we can say, is almost composed of the whole DNC. So let's flood those phones and call requesting the freedom of Roger Stones today. The number to call is 202-456-1414. So let's all call and request the freedom of this man. He is innocent. There's no reason for him to be in prison. The ones who should be in prison are not in prison. That includes Hillary, Pelosi, Anna Schiff, Adler. Wow, almost all of them. Almost all of them. Let me go with. I want to say hi to my fellow members of the DAV, Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 11. And all in the rest of the country, not only those of Chapter 11, all veterans. My blessings for all my veterans. I always pray for all of them. So God bless you all, and let's go with the news. There's a lot of news. I'm not going to post them all, but I respectfully request, if you want to, you can go to my blog. You access my blog by putting down my name, Eduardo Rodriguez, and you go directly to my blog. I pledge allegiance to the flag. So let's go and see what's happening. Oh, the religion of peace. This is in Cameroon. Muslim murdered 10 people, injured 14 more in jihad suicide bombing. It's from the religion of peace. And in Germany, listen to this one. This is critical. Muslim migrants beat 37-year-old mother with beer bottle, killing her. That's in Germany. The Germany of the socialist Merkel has destroyed Germany. Germany can't even be a German nation anymore. Now it's a Germanistan. Thanks to Merkel, the socialist. They're all destructive. I haven't heard of one socialist who isn't. All of them are, even the one from Mexico. Mexicans are so stupid. They voted for a socialist. Now they're getting burned too. It's stupid people. It's stupid. They don't want to study. They don't want to read. They don't want to reason. So they get what they vote for. You wish for that. That's what you get. That's what you get. Now you get socialism. Now you have to suck it. I see no reason. I went to do groceries today, and I see no reason why. I still see no reason. I just can't comprehend. I see no reason why we should stop the economy. Because a lot of people are conscious. They're using gloves. They're using masks. And those who refuse to use it because they're just too stupid to reason, don't let them in. That's all they have to do. You don't have gloves, don't let them in. One thing that I observed is I saw two employees from the supermarket I went to, which is called Mr. Special. And two employees went in without gloves and masks. Almost all the employees inside had gloves and masks, except two that went in there. If I would have been the person in charge, I would have told, no, you can't come in here. You work it? No. We're going to give you 3 chances. If you don't wear a mask, you don't wear gloves, we're sorry, you're fired. I'm going to give you 3 chances. Go to your home. Go get your gloves. We're gonna deduct the hour. You know, you're gonna punch in the hour that you came in, and that's what you're gonna get paid for. But you're gonna have to go back home, waste maybe an hour or more traveling back, get the gloves and get a mask. If no, you're fired. And the third chance, you're fired. Don't even come in. We'll send you your check through your mail, your last check. But if you want to keep on working, come in with a mask and with gloves. With gloves. A lot of people, almost I can say almost everybody that I saw had gloves and and masks. At what moment I had to put down my mask because my personal doctor from the VA called me, and she attended me while I was in there in the supermarket. And she told me, "Oh, you want me to call you later?" I said, "No, no, talk to me now because I'm right here, and it's no problem. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just here in the corner." And she took care of the call, and then we settled that, and that's it. But that's what they should do. That's all you have to do. Just enforce the regulation of masks and gloves. That way, nobody will spread viruses. And who refuses to comply, you say, you got to leave, period. You got to leave. I would have disobeyed if a security guard would have come over to me and told me, no, you got to put a mask on and you got to leave. I would have told the doctor, okay, call me later because they're ordering me to leave if I don't put on back my mask. But I put it on. I was on the side. I was trying not to get involved or near nobody because I was in a corner. And then I put it back on after I finished with the conversation with the doctor. My mask back on, and kept on doing the rest of what I had to buy and leave. So I request everybody the same thing. You want to go to work, mask and glove. You want to go buy, mask and glove. You want to go into a theater, mask and glove. Hey, there's no reason to stop. You want to go to a ball, mask and glove. Just enforce the order. That's all you have to do. You want to work in the fields with the rest of the people as a farmer or as a handyman on a farm, use a mask and glove. You want to work in construction, mask and glove. You want to work in a stadium or wherever, mask and gloves. You want to go to a football game, you want to go to a basketball game, you want to go to a wrestling game or boxing game, match, gloves. A baseball game, mask and gloves. If no, you can't go in. Even if you pay for it, you pay for it. If they tell you, and that should be a must, inform them if they're going to buy the ticket through the internet, you need to come in with mask and glove. If you don't, you have no refund. You have no refund, and you can't get in. No refund for the money because you're advised right now you have to cut. You can go to the game, but you need to come in with gloves and mask on. That's all you have to do. That's all. It's simple. You got policemen use it on the streets. They're using gloves and masks. Are we any different than them? If they're obeying the law, let's do the same thing. That's what we have to do. There's no reason to freeze the economy. It just don't make sense. I think it's stupid, completely stupid. Okay, that's my opinion. I don't know the opinion of the rest. Okay, let's see. Okay, I gotta put this one on. Mark Dice, my my favorite.
There are two things I'm tired of talking about, the coronavirus and censorship. But unfortunately, these days, those two things go together like an N95 mask and hand sanitizer. The social media giants are now censoring things people say about the coronavirus if CNN tells them to. After James O'Keefe from Project Veritas posted a video on Facebook showing him going to one of the mobile test centers in New York, Brian Stelter's censorship-loving sidekick Oliver Darcy had Facebook take the video down because one of the healthcare workers said something which contradicted CNN's end of the world fear-mongering.
Is the media accurately reporting, or is it as bad as people are saying? It's not as bad as the media is making it out bigger. Wow. Just be precautious, yeah. All right.
Oliver then took to Twitter to brag to his fellow media elites that he convinced Facebook to have the video taken down for violating their policies on corona misinformation. Twitter locked Fox News host Laura Ingraham out of her account and made her delete a tweet where she mentioned that some doctors say that hydroxychloroquine helps some patients. President Trump has mentioned at his press briefings that the drug, which is usually used for other things, is being tested on coronavirus patients. So, of course, CNN and others in the liberal media are hoping that it doesn't work. In fact, when President Trump first mentioned that hydroxychloroquine was being tested on coronavirus patients and he was hopeful that it would work, the mainstream media said that he was peddling snake oil and false hope. Both Facebook and Twitter censored a video of Brazil's right-wing president endorsing the use of hydroxychloroquine to treat coronavirus. But when more doctors started reporting on positive results, then CNN started saying the same thing that President Trump had said weeks ago.
Now to a little bit of hope. We are now seeing promising new and early data from China about how hydroxychloroquine, which is used to treat malaria, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis, could help coronavirus patients recover from the virus faster.
Like if Trump never said it.
Their testing groups have shown patients with reduced fevers and coughing when they're on the drug.
Yes, after mocking President Trump for promoting hydrochloroquine, the fake news journalists are acknowledging that it might actually help treat coronavirus. Oliver Darcy also appears to have tattled on Diamond and Silk and got Twitter to lock them out of their account for having the wrong opinion about coronavirus. He then wrote a story for CNN.com saying that Fox News needs to denounce them. If Twitter and Facebook aren't going to allow people to spread misinformation about the pandemic, I'm not sure why Congressman Eric Fartwell hasn't been suspended. He straight up told people to, quote, stop wearing face masks. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio hasn't been suspended from Twitter or forced to delete this ridiculous tweet where he encouraged New Yorkers to just go on with your lives as if there was nothing wrong right when the pandemic was starting to strike. The World Health Organization, which is considered by CNN to be the gold standard of news about the pandemic, told everybody that there was no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission, but that tweet is still up. In a perfect world, CNN would be banned from social media for spreading disinformation like this when they falsely claim that U.S. intelligence agencies started tracking the coronavirus outbreak in China as early as last November. The Director of National Intelligence Office, which oversees all of the intelligence agencies, then corrected CNN and said that they had told them earlier that their story is inaccurate. But of course, this tweet still remains up and CNN's not locked out of their account. I mean, at least Fox did delete their tweet where they had previously claimed that this would be no big deal at all. If you're watching this video, it's a miracle YouTube hasn't taken it down, and there's a reason I don't use certain words in my titles, tags, and descriptions, because I try to fly under the radar the best that I can. There's plenty more to come in this video, so stay tuned, but real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because obviously it's very difficult to find quality information like this, and then click the notification bell next to the subscribe button to make sure that you get all notifications, and check back to my channel on a regular basis. YouTube is also banning videos about the coronavirus if people have the wrong opinion or a theory about them or any theory about anything that they don't approve of. Are you concerned about or have some theories about the 5G cell networks that are going in around the world? You better not, because that's not allowed. Just trust the telecom companies. They would never lie to you. And I'm sorry to say, but I have more bad news about YouTube. Cringe Panda, that smart and articulate kid that I featured 2 weeks ago, got a community guideline strike for that video, pushing back against the leftist indoctrination in the schools, and locked out of her account for a few weeks. When you get your second strike on YouTube, which she is on, they lock you out of your account so you can't upload anything for a few weeks. She appealed the strike, but then YouTube got back with her and said that they made the correct decision. And they said that her video was hate speech. No, what's not allowed on YouTube is a smart kid who dares to doubt the propaganda they're being spoon-fed in schools and being indoctrinated with on social media, and God forbid has a sense of humor about it. I'm sorry to say, Miss Panda, but we've reached the point in the New World Order where speaking the truth about certain topics isn't allowed on the big tech platforms, especially if it's somebody your age, because it would encourage millions in Generation Z to wake up, because they would realize that they're not alone in the way that they're thinking. Like your fellow YouTube thought criminal, Alyssa J.
Kids, young kids shouldn't be exposed to this sort of stuff. Literal drag queens teaching young kids.
Well, I apologize for bringing you guys such a depressing video, but sometimes there's no way around it, and we need to talk about these things. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel for new here. And if you guys enjoy watching my videos, head on over to my online store, markdice.com, and check out some of my awesome shirts, like the Free Speech Zone shirt, which is appropriate for this video, or the contains facts and opinions some may find offensive. They're available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.
Dice has a sense of humor. He's incredible. He's just great. I would say one of the best. One of the best. There's Dr. Stevens, another great source, and another person with a great sense of humor. But Mike Dice is number one. Hey, as a matter of fact, I think yesterday I had a video that, according to what I think it was yesterday, they cut it off at almost at the end of the video. Thank God it was almost at the end of the video, so they almost wasted all the time watching the whole video. So, but you know, they cut me off. I couldn't see no reason. I said, well, what the hell? Why they cut me off? I'm not violating anything. And the videos that I put on are accepted to be shared because they're on YouTube. You know, it doesn't say, you know, they had them blocked because it's private or anything. You know, it's in YouTube, it's to share. So I don't know, I can't figure out why. I don't know what I violated. I violated some private community standards. But whatever the Streamleft puts on there. So it could have been the same thing because I think I mentioned something about coronavirus. So if I put this video, maybe I might be censored for 3 weeks or what. You know, I really don't care. You know, I'm sick of these communists, these anti-patriotic people. So you know they can do whatever the hell they want. I'll just go to another source. So let's see what else is on. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm not gonna put all of them because it's just too many of them. I want to see what this is from.
We have a few clips that we're just going to put up. We can turn the lights a little bit lower. I think you'll find them interesting. And then we'll answer some questions. I'll ask you some questions because you're so guilty, but forget it. But most importantly, we're going to get back
Trump
onto
is just
the
great.
reason we're here,
He's a real
which is
good,
the success
not only a
we're
great
having. Okay.
president, a good showman.
Please, you can put it up.
People should be more concerned right now with the flu in this country.
A lot of people are concerned about the coronavirus because they're hearing a lot of news about it right now. But the reality is, comparing it to the flu, for example, it's not even close to being at that stage.
What if it is worse? Is this a moment where maybe countries put politics aside, a little bit of pride aside, and do we have U.S. officials, should U.S. professionals such as yourself get involved?
How worried should Americans be about coronavirus?
Coronavirus is not going to cause a major issue in the United States.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're doing in terms of a vaccine. We will be suspending.
We want to make sure it doesn't last too long. I want to be here forever.
For the next 30 days. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially officially declaring a national emergency. Medicare patients can now visit any doctor by phone or video conference at no additional cost. The first 1 million masks will be available immediately.
As there were more cases, and it was clear that it was spreading out of China, where it originated, the president took this move that he was widely criticized for by Democrats and even some Republicans at the time, which was he halted a number of flights from China into the U.S. The idea was to halt the spread of the disease, keep transmissions to a minimum. He was accused of xenophobia. He was accused of making a racist move. At the end of the day, it was probably effective because it did actually take a pretty aggressive measure against the spread of the virus.
His team is on it. They've been responsive late at night, early in the morning, and they've thus far been doing everything that they can do, and I want to say thank you, and I want to say that I appreciate it.
He returns calls. He reaches out. He's been proactive. We got that Mercy ship down here in Los Angeles. That was directly because he sent it down here. 2,000 medical units came to the state of California, these FMS, these field medical stations, and that's been very, very helpful.
The president has been outstanding through all this. The vice president's been outstanding. Members of the coronavirus task force, very responsive.
We had asked if we could have, New Jersey could have access to a piece of the beds that are on the U.S. NS Comfort, and the president came back, called me a short few minutes before I walked in here to say indeed they would grant that to New Jersey. So that's a big step for us in addition to all the other capacity. That news is literally hot off the press, and I thank the president and vice president who are on the call together.
President Trump approved Arizona's request for a presidential major disaster declaration. I want to thank the president for a quick turnaround. We requested this on a Wednesday, and we had approval by Saturday morning. And we are grateful to the administration for their continued support and responsiveness.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the president and the vice president for doing a really good job of communicating with all the governors.
So we could give you hundreds of clips like that from governors, including Democratic, or Democrat as I call them, governors, which is actually the correct term. We could give you hundreds of clips just like that. We have them. We didn't want this to go on too long, but I just want to say it's, it's very sad when people write false stories like, in that case, I guess it was gotten mostly from the New York Times, which is a highly, if you had libel laws, they would have been out of business even before they'll end up going out of business. So it's too bad.
President Trump really sticks it to them, but they never learn. Goes to one ear, comes out through the other one. No matter how much he bombards them with the truth, and make them look like a total fool, they still keep it up. Keep on throwing more fake news, fake accusations. They're terrible. It's just terrible. You can't expect anything from communists anyway. It's a miracle they can at least walk. These Democrats, because they're so out of touch of reality. It's just unbelievable. Another one, another great one. Like I said, there's a lot of them. I don't think I'm going to be able to put all of them. There's just too many of them.
Fox News poll proves that President Trump is the best man for the job. I'm Josh Bernstein, filling in for Gary French in the Next News Network. Now, before I get to the story, folks, remember Next News is being heavily censored. Been taken out of suggested videos, so please do us a favor. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. You're getting your notifications, and of course, if you're new to the channel, please check out the newsletter in the description below.
Before I continue, in case you didn't know, 14.4 million Americans fell victim to identity theft in 2018, with over $1.7 billion in damages. And now with the recent COVID-19 pandemic, fraudsters are desperate. They are on the prowl. IdentiSafe offers identity protection for as little as $9.99 a month. They provide access to credit monitoring, dark web scans, 24/7 identity agent support, and much more. Don't delay. It's free for 30 days and offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. Please visit identisafe.com/nextnews. That's identisafe.com/nextnews. The link's in the description. Now, back to the news.
Now let's get to your story here. According to Justine Coleman from The Hill, President Trump has the highest approval rating of his time in office, according to a new Fox News poll released on Thursday. The Fox News poll found 49% of registered voters approve of President Trump, his highest point since becoming president. The approval rating is a slight increase from 48% in March and 47% in February. All right. Time out. Let's stop this for 1 second. First of all, this is a Fox News poll. Fox News polls are the most worthless polls there are. Now, I'm not saying because it's good for him that it's worthless. They're worthless in general, okay? They've been dead wrong on everything. Secondly, this poll says that it is registered voters, not likely voters, okay? Big difference between the two. I believe that 49% is not even close to reality. I think it's probably north of 55 to 60 to maybe even by now, showing all this leadership on television each and every day, it's probably 62, 63%, okay? But it's at least 55 to 58% if you add in likely voters. The third thing is, we don't know how big of a sample size this is. More than likely, it was a very small sample size, because that's typically what they always do. Now, let's get back to the script here. The president's disapproval rating dipped to 49%. Again, I don't believe that is the case. 89% of Republicans approve of President Trump. It's probably about 95%. 2 percentage points lower than his highest point, 91% in January. He scored at or almost at his record among women, Democrats, whites, and white evangelical Christians. When specifically looking at the crisis, 51% of voters backed Trump. Again, we already know that those numbers are north of 60% in other real polls. Infectious disease expert Anthony Deep State Fauci ranked at 80% approval, followed by another deep stater, Deborah Birx, at 62%, and Vice President Pence at 52%. Again, small sample sizes, more than likely oversampling Democrats like they always do, and so that they can get a certain response. Don't forget who's behind Fox News polling, okay? Paul Ryan and his organization for the polling is behind Fox News. So take anything that you see from Fox News with a grain of salt and understand that when we see opportunities of polling that have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,000 people, it's not even close. No one even comes close to competing with President Trump. If you see a poll of like online users that has a simple question, who do you plan on voting for in 2020? You're going to see a result somewhere north of 70 to 30, 60-40 at a minimum, and probably 75-25 or even 80-20 in favor of President Trump over any of the Democrats. And that's exactly what happened on those exact same types of polls in 2016. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a share. Continue to watch the Next News Network. I'm Josh Bernstein, filling in for Gary Franchi. If you want to learn more about me, check out the Josh Bernstein Show on YouTube and now streaming on Roku TV. And we'll see you on the next report.
Thank you for watching that report. Can you believe 14.4 million Americans fell victim to identity theft in 2018 with over
I want to see if I find Dr. Stevens.
Now with the recent
There's another great source of information. What happened is it won't show me his, it won't say Dr. Stevens. So of all the videos, I don't know which one is him. Let me see if I can find him. Boy, do I got a lot of news here. I got news on what about North Korea labor camps. Okay. I wish I only knew where Dr. Stevens is at here. I gotta put this one on. Evil Trump-hating nurse threatens to be fired. Is she arrested for that threat? Let's see what happens.
Evil Trump-hating nurse threatens to withhold ventilators from Trump supporters.
Hear that?
I'm Josh Bernstein filling in for Gary Franchi and the Next News Network. Now, before we get to the story, folks, remember Next News is being heavily censored and taken out of suggested videos. So please do us a favor. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. You're getting your notifications. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please check out the newsletter in the description below.
Before I continue, in case you didn't know, 14.4 million Americans fell victim to identity theft, with over $1.7 billion in damages. And now with the recent code protection for as little as $9.
You don't even, I didn't even touch a button here. I just touched the edge of the, this is so sensitive. Look at this.
Don't delay. It's free for 30 days.
Just touching the plastic part at the end.
Please
as
visit
a whole.
identisafe.com/nextnews. That's identisafe.com/nextnews. The link's in the description. Now, back to the news.
Now, let's get to your story here. According to Tyler O'Neill from PJ Media Reports, on Saturday, a woman who claims to be a nurse threatened to withhold a ventilator from a potential patient because, well, he might support President Donald Trump. That's right, Erica Waters, who described herself as an RN practitioner in her Twitter biography, suggested that she would deny somebody a ventilator due to their pro-Trump face mask. My wife sewed this face mask today to protect me from the Wuhan virus and to also show support for President Trump, a man by the name of George Martin tweeted. To which Waters responded, "I'll see you in the ER. Please wear your mask so when we have to decide who gets a ventilator, it'll be easier. Thanks." This tweet inspired a great deal of understandable outrage, and some Twitter users responded to this tweet, and to the social media company are still cached and accessible on Google. Waters' account had 3,785 followers before it was deleted. The account located her in Florida. It remains unclear whether or not she is a registered nurse or if she still practices. You know, this is so disgustingly evil. I mean, that's like someone that had a Bernie Sanders t-shirt on is dying in the street, and a paramedic that doesn't support Bernie Sanders said, "Oh, well, we're just going to leave the guy to die because he supports Bernie Sanders." You know, human beings don't do that. And this goes to show you this Trump derangement syndrome and how sick and evil it is that someone would actually even consider doing something like that. It's really, really sad that people would think like that. We have to save all Americans because this virus does not discriminate. It's killing Republicans, it's killing Democrats, it's killing everybody. But it's still not as bad as your common flu, folks. Remember that. The flu has killed more people each and every see stories like this, with all the good-natured things that all these doctors and nurses and practitioners and infectious disease specialists and these biologists and all these people working around the clock to try to solve the problem. We have people that say these sick, disgusting things. Very sad. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a share. Continue to watch the Next News Network. I'm Josh Bernstein, filling in for Gary Franchi. If you want to learn more about me, check out the Josh Bernstein Show on YouTube. And
I'm kind of tired because I'm up since about 2 something in the morning. So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any more of these. Let me see if I can put one more. Boom, times exposed. Let me see if I can, okay. I know I got one on I'm trying to get one with Dr. Stevens. Stevens is just, let me see it somewhere around here. Okay, yeah, I got him. Wow, he's great. This guy's just great. I got to put him on. Oh, wow, it's just too long. No. He's great, but this one's almost a half an hour. Look, I'm going to end up today. I'm getting tired, and I got to do one more video. It's still early, but I guess I'm tired as hell. I don't want to fall asleep on the next one. So look, I'm going to finish here. Like I say, go to my blog. And a lot of things about North Korea. Go there and watch them, especially all you liberals. I don't know if there's any liberals watching this tape of mine, but watch it. It's to your own good, your own safety, your own health, your own life. It depends on it. Because if you don't and you think that's a paradise, you're dead wrong. And let me tell you, dead wrong. That's a fact. Because if they ever come to power with socialism, that idea comes to the United States, you're dead. You're dead. Maybe all of us are dead. Okay, well, this will be it for today. God bless you all. Like I say to Trump, I always pray for you. I pray for Mike Pence. I pray for all your families. Israel eternally. Plus, like I always say, the next thing we need to free, and I know Trump is they're almost ready to get into, with Trump's order, to free the Venezuelan of their nightmare. But then the next nightmare should be Cuba, which has been more than 61 years. That nightmare is just as bad, even more, over 61 years, the people suffering to that one. And these people are evil. And let's get rid of this nurse that threatens to take away ventilators from patients who support Trump. Fire her. I mean, why isn't she arrested? Give her fire her and fire her from the job. Fine her, or arrest her for 30 days or something, or do something with this. Plus, firing her, arrest her. If she hasn't murdered anybody, at least one day for inciting to murder, to commit murder. This will be it. Until the next time, see you all.